How was it like entering college for the first time?
First time? That's gonna differ. I know I'm probably not of the norm. For me, it was just like entering school. It really wasn't all that different. I mean,
Hmm.
the schedule is definitely different, and I appreciate college schedule more than I do high school. But
Huh.
for me, it wasn't. It wasn't like it wasn't even a. It didn't even feel like a huge change, really. Just like, ah, yeah, school again.
Well, I don't really think high school was all that great.
Yeah.
Could have used something to make it better.
It. I know. Because before I lived, before I moved here, I'd been to like a few other places. One of them was Texas, which I actually lived in for a while.
Good
And I,
old
I went to
Texas.
high school there, and that was awesome. I liked going to school
In
when I
Texas.
lived in Texas. That might be because my life, my like home life in Texas was so shitty, but I actually liked going to school when I lived in Texas.
Huh.
It was mostly because of the people there, but like even more than I did coming to see like you guys at the table where we played card games. Like I liked going there. Oh, I think it also helped that I had like a questionably legal business there. But
Questionably illegal means not legal.
yeah, probably not. But I had it. I was killing it. Damn.
So, what were you killing it? Tell us some more details and also speak closer to the microphone so we can use this as evidence in 911 calls.
In specifically 911 calls. Okay then. Um,
Can you get closer to the mic?
this is fine enough. I can just like amplify this if needed. Actually no. I probably should move the mic closer to me. For anyone listening to this at home, don't do this because I don't know how legal this is. But I
Boo.
took. I essentially went to like, what was it, CVS or something? It was like, it was one of those corner stores like CVS. I don't see them anymore, and they definitely don't have them here. I would go buy like a big thing of candy, specifically Jolly Ranchers at first, and I would like sell it back for like a quarter a piece at school. And even though I probably ate like half the bag, I was still killing it. I made a bunch of money doing that.
Sounds like a middle school scheme to me.
It, yeah, it really does. But I was killing it. I was making like, eventually I was at the point where I was buying like two bags, maybe eating one, and still going back and buying like double the bags later. Yeah, okay, I guess like selling it at a quarter a piece, especially with how big those bags were. Yeah, it makes sense. And I'm actually kind of surprised I was able to sell a Jolly Rancher for a quarter a piece.
Well, that's business for you.
I guess it was also a combination of like how strict the school was with like gum and candy and stuff.
I mean, back in my middle school, somebody was selling gum for $1 a piece.
I remember when gum was like crack in school. If you had gum, everybody was your friend. And
Yeah.
they would bring up some shit that you didn't even remember. Like, hey, remember that one time back in like pre-K when I like gave you that toy? Yeah. Can I get some gum? Like shit like that. Oh boy, gum was crack. It was, and you weren't supposed to have it.
Yeah.
But everyone did.
Yeah, the person that had gum in my school brought it in a briefcase.
Damn, he was serious.
A gum would go for about $1 a piece.
Damn.
And I'm not talking a packet of gum. I'm talking a literal gum.
That's one stick of gum.
One stick of gum, $1 a piece.
That's some black market shit. Right
If you
there.
want to get to technical, even my gym coaches sold Gatorades and everything like that after gym.
That man should have been on Wall Street, cause he needs to teach them a thing or two.
Yeah, my gym coach would sell Gatorades for about $5.
Damn. Damn.
I mean, they would be cold in the
Damn.
in the cooler. I mean, he sold Gatorades. I think he sold some candy too. I think Airheads went for about $1.50. Yeah, a lot of good times happened in that gym. Like the time somebody ran my head into a wall.
Bro, forget highway. That's interstate robbery.
Yeah. Apparently, my school is jeaga. By the way, if you type it in, you'll see a list of school fights.
Mm.
It just goes to school fights. Yeah, it wasn't the friendliest place to be.
Did you fight a lot in school?
Of course not. I was a kid that never got into fighting.
You weren't the world class heavyweight champion?
I wasn't the world class heavyweight of anything. Are you insisting something?
No. Oh yeah. I did. I actually kind of forgot because Yada can't see. It was like what? Francisco, Jared, and Alec that are all chubby, if not larger. There's probably one more person I need to think of that's in that category. And then if they're not chubby, they're like super skinny.
Well, thank you.
Throwing Battle Pack 3 at me.
You deserved it. Well, Yaga was pretty much a big fight. I mean, we get about 3 fights a week in cafeteria time in hallways. So get an average of 4 a week.
I've always wanted to get into a fight like that, especially in some place like the cafeteria.
No,
I don't know why. I'd probably lose, but
I guess the closest I came to a fight was this time in the cafeteria. The day before, some guy took some one of my food, one of my something from my tray, like my milk carton. Like he took that one. So I kind of tripped
and you were
him.
like, "It's time to die."
No. I kind of got mad and I kind of just stepped on his shoe.
Oh,
I stepped on his shoe and and kind of made him trip a little, but that was all. And then the next day comes and he's like, "Oh, we're all good and everything," like all good and everything. And then out of nowhere he comes and slaps my face. But he didn't know that I was coming after him, and
he didn't know I was strapped.
He didn't know.
Bust a cap in that.
I threw my hand to slap him back. He threw another hand to slap me. I dodged. I push him down off the table with one push. After that, I guess the principals, because we had multiple principals in the middle school, got kind of like worried that this might turn into a fight, so they stopped it immediately.
Like a skirmish, I guess.
Yeah, it was kind of like a little skirmish. Thing to do that day was we never spoke to each other again. Honestly, good thing not to speak to people who slap you in the face for slightly tripping them after they take your food and drinks.
Moral of the story, guys: don't take milk cartons.
More of the story is people are jerks.
I can echo that sentiment.
Middle school isn't fun. I don't know if there's someone who actually had fun in middle school.
Yeah, middle school was the worst part of my life. I think that's also what made high school back in Texas so much better. It's like middle school was so shitty.
Like you have these like a mixture of people with who think they're kind of better than other people. Then you got the mixture of people who don't understand what the older kids like, and the older kids don't understand the little kids and everything else. Yeah, I feel like bullying is more centered around middle school than it is any other place.
Not only that, but I know for me, the workload. I had more work to do in middle school than I did in high school, and than I do even now in college. It's insane what they wanted you to do, and then all the useless information that you had to learn.
Ah, yes, the useless information. Even now, there is still useless information that you would have to learn.
Like what was it? I'm glad I wasn't part of that class, but I know a lot of my friends had to learn like state capitals.
As A class for state capitals. That'll come useful.
Yo,
Hey,
and the
yo.
audience, like, is there any actual benefit to learning all the state capitals? Like, legitimately.
Hey, you join construction. You're like, hey, John. Hey, can you help me with this?
We're all gonna die unless you can tell us the state capital of Alabama.
The answer is New Jersey.
I see you took the same class I did.
Yeah. We had sewing classes.
You know what? That sounds more interesting than some of the shit that I was forced to do in middle school. I think I would have enjoyed that more than, like, history.
Yeah. That would have been much more enjoyable. We had sewing classes, some paper airplane classes, some dance classes, apparently. Apparently there was classes where you had to learn how to dance. That'll follow you in life.
Actually, that does sound more useful than learning state capitals.
Yeah, it kind of is.
You can make a career out of dancing. You can't make a career out of learning state capitals. And before someone in the comments is like, I make like 6 figures a day reciting the state capitals.
For that person in the comments, tell me how. I want to make that kind of money. If I had that kind of money, I would have been making this podcast. You know, sometimes in middle school, kids can actually get super crazy. In my middle school, there were rumors of 2 people actually having sex.
There was a lot of that in middle school.
Yeah. In fact, they found 2 kids in the bathroom doing it during class.
There was a lot of that in my middle school, too.
Tell me if you heard this story. Somebody took a dump in the middle of the hallway.
I did not hear that story. But
Well, that happened in my middle school. For some reason, people thought it was cool to go and do their business all over the school. By the bushes, you think that's dog feces? No. That's all human.
That's human.
Yeah, no. By the school, you stepped on something. Who let the dog? No,
Oh,
God,
it was John.
God, I can.
John!
God, not a meatloaf day. It's meatloaf day for Pete's sake.
I just want to know the thought process of that guy who did in the hallway. Just like, well, I mean, the bathroom's like, what? That's 15 feet away. That's too far to walk.
It was actually right next.
This'll do.
It was actually the actual funny part is it was actually across from the bathroom.
Oh wow, that's disrespect. That's straight up. That is lawful evil. That's what that is.
That is disrespect.
That's dedication.
Dedication. I don't know about that. People just did some crazy things in jeaga. Actually, I remember a news story before I actually went there that a couple kids actually burned someone.
Boy,
I have no idea. I feel bad and terrible for that kid, but it happened a couple of years ago. And actually, the year I left, someone made a fake chemical alert. Like, someone actually spilled some... it was like a big thing. Someone spilled some chemicals and everybody had to evacuate. 2 years... I went to see that video and went down the comments. And someone commented, like, yeah, this was us. And it was a whole prank and it was just to get out of a test.
this prank attack has been claimed by young ISIS.
Young ISIS? What is this, a 2015, 2016 now?
Not like the terrorist group, but like the Egyptian goddess ISIS. Young ISIS.